Have you ever considered quitting your business? There's many people that do. I nearly did it twice in my 4 decades of running my lawn and gardening business. G'day viewers, Jeff McPhee's Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. Today's video we're going to discuss why people quit. And I'll tell you a story later about twice I was on the brink of closure. When we start out in business, it's exciting times. We're not working for the man anymore, we're working for ourselves. We make the decisions, we wear them. We reap the benefits, the profits, the lifestyle, the ups and the downs. All can go really well. Most businesses, most people plan. And it's until you get hit in the face, punched in the face, and this is a saying, things can go wrong, can go off the rails. Now what I mean by that is there's several factors in the lawn and gardening industry that really affect us. Customers, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ones that don't, appreciate our worth, don't pay on time, are bad customers generally. They can really make things hard. Climatic conditions. We work out in harsh conditions, rain, hail and sunshine. We can go through droughts. We can go through rain, constant rains, preventing us working, infecting our turnover, our income. Economic conditions. Unemployment rises when there's a recession or when there's a downturn in the economy. What that means is more people come onto the market, and because our profession is low entry costs, they start up their own lawn and gardening business, and they do it at a cheap rate, and that's what happens. And we then get into the old situation of pricing, which is another factor that affects our business. Other things that can really hurt is not planning, not having the right equipment, not being able to get enough clients, and really struggling. And when we start struggling, we lose the motivation and we lose the passion, and therefore a lot of business do in fact quit. My story is many years ago, in my when I was starting out in business, I was a sole income provider. My wife stayed home and her role was to bring the kids up, and that's what it was back in those days. But unfortunately we went 13 years of drought, and most of that we had severe water restrictions. So what happened is the lawns we couldn't water. So instead of weekly and fortnightly mows, they were becoming 6 and 8 weeks apart. And because that was predominantly my business, it was starting to fail. And I really seriously was that far from quitting. I had to provide for the family, I had to provide and pay for a mortgage. And I sat down and I thought, I've got to end this. And this is after, I think, about 5 or 6 years. Because you know what, after 5 years, 90% of businesses fail, they say. And I quite believe that. If you get past 5 years, you're doing well. I was just on that brink, and I'm thinking, I'm going to be a statistic, I'm going to have to stop. But I didn't. I thought, I've got to stop. Why am I in business? Because I want the freedom. I don't want to be working for the man. I want to make decisions that affect the business, and I'll wear those decisions. So I diversified, garden rejuvenations, rubbish removals, any type of gardening work, the complete package I provided. What that did, I was a lot younger and I was able to provide, and slowly but surely got a little bit more clients, and slowly built the business back. There were several reasons that I kept going. Once I could see I was getting somewhere, I got the motivation back, I got the passion back. And I think another thing that helped me was the fact that I networked. I realised I wasn't the only one in this position. Many other contractors were in that position as well. And coupled with the drought, we had a recession. And what that meant was there's a lot of unemployment. And because our industry is low entry, as I mentioned before, a lot of people were picking up a lawnmower and starting to mow lawns or do gardenings. And what they were doing, of course, they were doing at a cheap rate. They were comparing their hourly rate when they were working for the man, and they were applying that to the business. So what that means is we were all getting undercut. And of course, the first thing you do, you panic, you drop your prices so that you can get the work. And we all know what happens when you drop your price. You go to the bottom of the barrel, unfortunately. So networking with other people, with other contractors, it was good because we could discuss, we could work out a plan, and we could stick together and ensure that we keep our prices and keep pushing those prices up. And in the end, we got there, and it really made a big difference. That's the one big thing I learnt from that experience, the resilience. You know, making a positive out of a negative. It makes you think about the future. It makes you aware of what's going on around you. I laugh today. I see on a lot of these forums, these guys, and they're mowing lawns and they say, oh, business is so good, it's so easy and everything's going well. And I hope that continues. But unfortunately, it doesn't. I can tell you over my long 4 decades, seasons change, economic conditions change. What you need to do is keep moving forward and be aware of what's going on. I failed to do that at the start, and that's where I nearly lost the business. Fortunately, I got over that and I learnt a very, very valuable lesson. Got the compassion, got the passion, got the motivation, got that all back together. That was important. And of course, the second time that I was nearly going to close the business down was just recently. You see, I'm past retirement age. I'm over that hill, probably trying to go up that other side again, but I'm past it. Physically, I'm not as good as what I used to be. I cannot do major heavy work, climbing ladders, garden rejuvenations. So I'm working smarter, not harder. I don't work as long. I work smart jobs, but I want to continue. I thought perhaps I should retire. Perhaps I just should enjoy life. Well, I thought to myself, and my wife said the same thing. Look, we've got a little bit behind us, but when we were younger, we didn't have superannuation. When you're in business and you're struggling and it's wrong, and I'll give you advice, young people, put away for super. It's so important for the future. We didn't have that opportunity. We were nearly ready for retirement. COVID came along, and of course we didn't work for 8 to 12 months, and that put a bit of a stop in the tracks. Because when it's not working, expenses, the cost of running the business still goes on, and I thought maybe I should retire at that particular point, but I was a little bit too young to do that because it's 4 or 5 years ago now. So anyway, we decided we'll still do our things we want to do, our hobbies, our travel, but also our work. You see, I want to wake up in the morning and I want to have a purpose in life. And myself, I do that through my business, through my family and my hobbies. And I think that's a balance of life, and that's so important. But the other reason why I'm doing this is you guys. Running this YouTube for the last couple of years has really put the fire in my belly. I've got the passion, I've got the motivation you wouldn't believe. In fact, I try to do too much. I'm always getting told by my wife, why are you working so hard? I'll get home and I'll start doing jobs around the house instead of relaxing. That's just the way my nature it is. Being an ex-farm boy, we've always worked all our lives, and I guess that's what it is, and I enjoy it. But YouTube, thank you so much. Thank you, subscribers, for the support that you've given me, and it makes it so much worthwhile. So I'm going to continue our business. I'm going to continue YouTube, and I'm going to continue enjoying life. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate your support, and we'll see you definitely on the next video that I make. Bye.